Hey everybody, I'm Bill, the Hill Country Prepper. We had to run up to Lubbock today to pick up one of our kids from school and bring him home for the summer. I want to kind of talk about the trip, some of the observations we made, and talk about that just briefly. This morning we left bright and early, about 6 o'clock. It's nice and cool, very cool morning, and wanted to get up there in time to have lunch, load his stuff up, and bring him back and make it back home in a decent amount of time. So if I'm a little bit scattered here, I just drove about 1,000 miles in one day, and I'm back. So anyway, left bright and early, and one of the first things we noticed, it's a Saturday, and we had to go some interstate, some state highways, major highways, but we noticed early that traffic was really light. The whole way up there, traffic was really light, and thought that was kind of odd for a Saturday, but we left early, so okay, that kind of makes sense. Something else we kind of noticed was the gas prices. Now here where I live, gas prices are what you'll see usually is about 3.89 is a good price right now. You might find a 3.85, 3.99 at the most. That's for regular 86 octane unleaded gasoline. And we kind of saw the same thing going through some of the small towns that we were going through. They, 3.89, 3.99. There were a few stores that were over $4, 4.09 roughly. We did notice that diesel was running about $5, 4.99, $5 a gallon for the diesel. But when we got up to Lubbock, prices up there are pretty much consistently around 3.79. So we were able to top off the tank once we got up there, and had a nice lunch, loaded him up, and headed back. We had about a 1 hour turnaround, which is pretty much average for us. But like I said, able to top off the tank for about 3.79. That's what we paid at one of the Valero stations. And most of the gas stations we saw up there, there were some 3.89s, but a majority of them were 3.79. So that's a pretty good deal, and that's up in Lubbock. That's all around Lubbock County and in Lubbock itself. And again, traffic was light coming back as well, and we thought that was kind of weird. But we take some back roads and some good state highways that are kind of out of the way, but it's a good direct route for us. But let me tell you, it was hot. This morning it started out really cool, very nice morning, light breeze. Looked like it's going to be a really great day. And it was a good day, don't get me wrong. But it got hot quick. Before we got up to Lubbock, it was 93, 94, 95. And by the time we started back, there was one stretch we went through. I don't know if you're familiar with Texas or not, but between Robert Lee and Beringer, Texas, it was up to 110. Now we stopped in a little town called Bront, or it might be Bronte, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. Got out and went inside to buy some slushies. It was hot. It was 110, and even the wind was hot. And even the girl inside the store was like, "It's hot." It was hot. It was very hot. It was 110 degrees. And the breeze didn't help, shade didn't help. It was hot. Anyway, it's Texas, so what do you expect? A lot of records broken today. So we came on back, and another thing that I noticed, there was a lot of over-the-road trucks about, which is good. We've got the supply chain crisis going on, and the truckers, they're out there doing their job, God bless them, because the fuel is killing those guys. But one thing I noticed, the guys that driving the trucks, they're not going that fast anymore. And there were a couple instances on the stretches of interstate that we had to drive where they're taking their time passing. They're taking their time passing each other, and it's almost like, well, what are these guys doing? Just go ahead and get around. But then it dawned on me what these guys are doing. They're not putting the pedal to the metal. They're taking it easy on their fuel consumption, and they probably need to because the fuel prices for diesel, like I said, is so darn expensive right now. So we give them some room. Do what you got to do, bud. I understand. You're saving fuel. I finally snapped to what they were doing. They're taking it easy. They're not speeding. You know, hill country's got a lot of hills. They're taking it easy up the hills. They're driving safe. They're doing what they need to do, and they're taking care of each other. Again, traffic was so eerily light. Even into the evening when we're coming back down, normally on a Saturday evening there'd be traffic, and especially when you come through some of the bigger towns and the bigger cities, you'd expect to have traffic congestion, you know, tail lights popping everywhere. That wasn't the case at all. It was almost like, is this a Sunday morning? What's going on? There's nobody out driving. Nobody is on the highway. Everybody, I guess, we're like, what are they doing? Staying home? What's happening? I guess maybe they are, because traffic was so light, it was really weird. But anyway, wanted to put this out there, kind of give an update on what we saw on the fuel prices across Texas. Lubbock's got some good prices on gasoline. If you're in the Lubbock area or up in the Panhandle, it seems like they got some good gas prices. There are some of the big chains, I guess, that are over $4, which is funny because just even 3 blocks away, they're 15 cents cheaper. And there's people buying over $4 a gallon gasoline, when right over here across the street and down a little bit, you can get it for much cheaper. Don't understand that. When I'm buying the gas, and I'm looking for the $3.79 right now. Truckers are out there doing their job. They're taking it easy. They're conserving fuel, and it looks like people are staying home. But summer's here. It's getting hot, so you guys be safe.